Hi, this is Kingsley. Today we're looking at the new Tecno Spark 8P. This is an upgrade of the Tecno Spark 7P that was released earlier this year. Now we've done a review of the regular Tecno Spark 8. If you haven't seen that video, you click up here in the YouTube card to go and watch that video. I'll leave a link to it down there in the description, all right? One thing that is very unique about the Tecno Spark 8P has got to be the design. Forget about the specs, forget about the materials that are used in building this phone. Just admire the beauty and the gorgeousness of this particular color that I have here, which is the color they call Cocoa Gold. It's my favorite color of all the colors, and I think this is the first time I'm seeing this kind of color on any device, and it's quite beautiful. At the bottom of the Tecno Spark 8P, you have a micro USB, which I personally think is a letdown. I mean, cheaper devices that are coming in 2021 all come with a USB-C, so it's very sad that we are still seeing a micro USB on this phone. Other devices in this price category are all using USB-Cs, so I think Tecno needs to do something about this. Then you get a headphone jack, and you also get a single speaker there from the bottom. At the right side of the Tecno Spark 8P, you are going to see the power button, which serves as the fingerprint reader right now, and the fingerprint reader is pretty fast as expected. Then you have the volume up and down keys here. On the left side of the Tecno Spark 8P, you're going to find the SIM tray there, a dual SIM tray, which can also take an SD card. At the back side of the Tecno Spark 8P, you're going to see the word "Stop at Nothing," which I really don't understand what it means. We saw this branding earlier on the regular Tecno Spark 8, which we reviewed here on the channel. The back of the Tecno Spark 8P, particularly this color I have here, has this textured feel to it. And at the top side, you have this glossy cutout that houses the camera. It looks like it's glass, but it's not actually glass, it's plastic. And fun fact, when you turn on the flashlight, the edges of that glossy finish right there actually illuminates, which is quite fine. And you also have a triple camera setup at the back, which we're going to talk about shortly. The display of the Tecno Spark 8P is 1080p. Now, something the previous Tecno Spark 7P had was a 90 Hz refresh rate, but for some reason, the Tecno Spark 8P doesn't come with a higher refresh rate. But that notwithstanding, the display is still sharp for its price and for the competition, and you can still use it outside, you can still use it to watch videos, you can still use it to do social media and do basic tasks, and you are not going to experience any big issues inside. But you will still notice that the display doesn't have a higher refresh rate if you've actually used the previous Tecno Spark 7P before. As for the performance, the Tecno Spark 8P is powered by the mediatek Helio G35, which honestly, I can't really explain what's going on here, if this is supposed to be an upgrade or a downgrade. I mean, the previous Tecno Spark 7P had the mediatek Helio G70 chipset. Now, the Tecno Spark 8P, that is supposed to be an upgrade, has the mediatek Helio G35. That is not an upgrade, that is just like a big downgrade. No wonder the performance of this phone is not just up there. Sometimes you try to perform some task, the phone actually slows down a lot, and a lot of things just don't play out well with this device. And that is as a result of this chipset that runs on this device, which is supposed to be an upgrade, but I don't know what they call this. From the box, the device comes with Android 11. It is not clear yet if you can actually upgrade it to Android 12. As for the memories, the Tecno Spark 8P comes with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigabytes inbuilt storage. As of the time of recording this video, I can't confirm if this phone has a 128 gigabyte option. The Tecno Spark 8P comes with the Tecno iOS version 7.6. And one thing I have started noticing about these Tecno phones is that the cheaper ones are the ones that usually carry the bloatwares, while the more expensive ones don't carry the bloatwares. But something they're doing right now that is pretty nice is the fact that they're actually toning down the amount of bloatwares that come on the cheaper devices, which is really nice to see. The Tecno Spark 8P has a 5000 milliamps battery, and for some reason, the performance of the 5000 milliamps battery on this phone is not as good as other Tecno phones that I've tried recently that have a 5000 milliamps battery. It's not even as good as the previously released Tecno Spark 7P. Don't get me wrong, the battery actually lasts that long, but this battery for some reason hasn't been able to take me the whole day. The Tecno Spark 8P has a 50 megapixel main lens and 2 megapixel depth sensor and a 2 megapixel macro lens. Photos taken with the Tecno Spark 8P during the day are pretty decent, at least for the price point that the phone is competing in. But one thing I can't help but notice here is the irregularities of the cameras. The camera doesn't maintain one particular color profile or one particular style of pictures. Sometimes you take a picture, the colors are looking this way. You take the same picture again, the colors are looking the other way, But one thing that is good about these cameras is the HDR. During the day, at least 90% of the time, you take pictures with the lenses of this phone. The pictures turn out really good. Sometimes they are just meh. Another thing I noticed about the cameras of this phone is that there's a lot of software processing going on. What you see on the viewfinder is not what you get as the final image. So sometimes you open the cameras, you want to take a picture, the place actually looks a bit dark. As soon as you take the picture, it processes the picture and the image will now look brighter and everything. But most times it results in a lot of noise. Like you get a noisy image. If you zoom in, the images are not really that sharp and everything. I know the price point that this device is competing in. Maybe I'm not supposed to complain this much, but I have seen devices in this price category with better cameras. So my name is Kingsley, if you don't know. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, follow me on social media, and I'll keep making good and honest tech content like this for you guys, all right? So until the next time, I'll catch you again.